Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and I've done several videos on this exact same thing, but somebody sent me a video, and I took a screenshot of the video. And the reason I decided to make the video because he's using a transparency and it's pretty cool. So I thought I'd go ahead and show them how I made and what they really, it wasn't in English and they couldn't understand what they said they could hear the control button, but they didn't know what he was hitting after that. And it's Control D, which is duplicate. And there's a couple ways to do that, but to get that shape, it's pretty ingenious to take that ellipse, hit the plus key on your keyboard and just move it over, and then take your smart fill tool and fill that in. And I'm going to put it in the center of the page, which I always do. But we're going to go ahead and change the color. So I'm going to take away the outline and let's add this orange. So then what he's evidently doing, and the reason, I mean, I could have steered him to a duplication deal, but he's using a transparency that gives it a pretty cool effect. So we're going to go to uniform transparency. I've never played around with this, but I watched his video and he does a subtract. And then he cuts this at like 25% transparency. Well, then what he does, he double clicks and he moves the rotation of to that node, and he's going to rotate it, or I'm going to rotate it 15 degrees. But I didn't make a duplicate. So Control D, and you can see it made the transparency darker. But if we rotate it 15 degrees, you get a pretty cool effect. And sometimes my laptop does that. So let me just start over here. If I go too fast on my laptop, it messes up. So Control D and make a duplicate, rotate it 15 degrees, and then just keep hitting Control D, and you get that dual effect. Now he's actually gone a little bit further, and he's got a little more transparency or something, because you can actually see where the lines meet, or he's not rotating it. But I thought I'd go ahead and share a couple things. One, if we can go back here and we can hit rotate, I'll just use the undo key, but I hit the window where it goes back. And we can see we have a duplicate, because if you remember, we had blended it, or not blended it, but transparent it. So another way you can do that is just take that object and double click and go up to your Windows, Dockers, Transform or Transformation, depending on what version you have, and go here and type in 15 degrees. And whenever Corel says copies, I need 24 items, so I only need 23 because I've already got one. So in that quick a time, we got that same thing. Now I'm really interested on how he did this, where you actually get three colors, because I've tried a couple of different ways. So maybe see if I go back to rotate, I actually went too far. But and one thing I just thought I'd add, because it's such a simple video, is, let me just delete these real quick. And so you see we have a transparency. If we go up here and hit the transparency key, I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. We can always grab that, and it's kind of hidden back in there. And we're going to go like to 50%. One thing you can do to kind of neat with this is go up to edit and clone it. And then make your copies. But you can see now we have three colors. It's pretty neat, because I think I have a duplicate on top of that. So this is our clone curve. This is our control curve. And what's neat about doing it this way with a clone, see now we have three colors, a light, a darker, and almost a red. You can go and do a transparency on this whole thing, and that's what we had a while ago. It was too dark. Look at that, because I'm changing the transparency of the clone, which changes all of them. I hope you realize that. I mean, like right there it says clone curve. Right here it's control curve. If we make that a solid red, we completely change the color. Let's back up here. Grab that. To see if I grab this one, it's a clone curve. This is a control curve. Let's make it yellow. Let's make it orange. You can really look at this and change a lot of colors real quickly instead of redoing it. But anyway, I hope that answered their question, and thank you for watching.